This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Promises Behavioral Health. Who's Promises? Promises is a family of mental health and addiction treatment centers based out of Nashville, Tennessee. What's up to the Promises team? Always coming through. Shout out to those guys. And they're here to help you or your loved ones stay committed and achieve your promise of recovery. We've been working with some of the team at Promises for quite a while now. I know quite a few of them personally. They're great people. And they care. They have family members and friends in recovery, and they're ready to help you or your loved one get some help. So here's what you can do. If you're interested in getting some information, answering some questions for you or your loved one, you can go to promisesbehavioralhealth.com/soberguy. They created a great team. Oh, nice view there. Look at that. Looking much better, huh? But they created a great page though. There's actually some pictures of the family there. Me and Lucy, I think, are on one of the pages. They took us out to Arizona last year and we did a little photo shoot and got to be an example of a family that's in recovery and provide some hope for folks out there to let them know that there is that change is possible and that you can have a good life and be sober, free from addiction, and have a good time still. So once again, go to promisesbehavioralhealth.com/soberguy. Or you can call 888-205-1890. Tell them that you heard about them from That Sober Guy podcast. Once again, that's 888-205-1890. And check them out. Get some questions, get some information, all that good stuff to help you out. What are you doing there, Jess? Trying to move the old angle around? Your angle was pretty good there. That'll work too. Let me give you a couple resources today for some meetings, online meetings. As many of us know, there's so many people who are out of in-person meetings because the clubhouses are closed. A lot of the meeting places are closed. What you can do if you wanted to get a Zoom meeting in, you can go to zoomaameetings.com. That'll jump right in there. There's a code you got to enter, I think. And what is that? You know what? I don't have that on me right now, but you can find that code. I just realized that. My bad. But you can find it on my Instagram. It's @realthatsoberguy. I made a post up with the code on there, zoomaameetings.com. You can jump in there. What's up? You can tell me something? Okay. Also, Promises has some great meetings too all throughout the day. It's their alumni communities. My buddy Patrick from Promises heads it up. There's a bunch of online meetings throughout the day. It's virtual meetings on the Zoom platform as well. They're welcome to people in all forms of recovery, no matter what you're recovering from or what brought you to recovery. And here's how you can find a schedule of those meetings. You can go to promisesbehavioralhealth.com/rooted. And you can get the calendar on there and see what meeting works best for you. All right, so let's just kick it off. Was that all the announcements? Did you have any announcements, Jess, before we get down to business here?
No, I do not.
You're good to go. All right, well, let's do this.
Here.
That Sober Guy podcast contains adult content, merciless truth, and emotional nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, I'm Shane Raymer, and you're listening to That Sober Guy podcast, and we help people stay sober. That's what we do. That's what we've done since 2014. Yeah, I can't believe that. 2014, we've been rocking this thing weekly. It's a lot of work, but I tell you what, I love the heck out of it. One of my favorite things to do. It is, what time is it here right now as we're recording this? It is April 9th at 9:40 in case anybody cares. I don't know why I'm telling you that. It's actually very irrelevant.
Past my bedtime.
It is past your bedtime. But you can check us out at thatsoberguy.com. You can connect with us on Instagram @realthatsoberguy. You can also connect with us on Twitter @Shane Raymer. Real quick, I wanted to throw this out there. We got some new hats, some hoodies, some tanks, some t-shirts. If you just go on the Instagram page, I posted some pics of them on there. You can check those out. You can go to the website, check them out there too. So where do we start, Jess? Maybe we should start with this mustache right here. What do you think about that? What's up, Greg? I saw Greg just logged into the old Instagram live. What is Greg's last name? Writers.
I cannot with this right now.
What are you trying to do here?
Okay,
what are you trying to do? What's going on?
And that's not good.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to be the fixer. I can only do this thing at once. So you got to fix the old angle.
I do know that about
there you go. That's perfect.
It won't stay. Okay, go ahead and just keep talking. That's what you do.
There it is. Okay. There it is. So guys, for those just listening on the audio, we're trying to do this this Instagram live thing, and it's rookie moves here going on. Good enough. You can scoot closer to me, lady. There you go. Look at that babe.
We're in love.
What a babe. So let's talk about this first. Shout out to Brett for the inspiration and suggesting that I cut in this gnarly mustache here. I've always wanted to grow a mustache. I actually had one when I was 12, but it was more like peach fuzz.
Oh,
and I remember shaving it, and I remember coming out into the living room and not saying anything, but just waiting for somebody in my family to notice that I had just shaved. And nobody did, because there wasn't anything really there to shave. It was just blonde fuzz. And I graduated, thankfully, today to this beautiful Chuck Norris-esque stash.
I don't know how I feel about it. I actually always hate when you have a mustache, but this time around, I don't know what it is, but I kind of might secretly like it.
All right.
I'm not making any promises, and I'm not saying that if you shaved it off tomorrow, I wouldn't be sad.
Well, it's just a little bit different. It's just going to take a little getting used to. Right?
Yeah, but you're not allowed to shave it off until you have some whiskering happening.
Yeah, I won't do that.
Because I don't like the full shave.
I won't do that at all.
That's
I definitely
not
won't.
allowed. You will be checking into a hotel room.
Yes. What's up with you? You're homeschooling.
Auntie Lisa's here.
Auntie Lisa? What's up, Auntie Lisa? She is. Now I just see that. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. She said, I did,
but I don't know what you did. Did you shave a mustache too?
How's Montana?
Our Montana relatives.
Yes.
In the quarantine.
I don't refer to it as the quarantine. I just don't feel like it's a quarantine. If we're in prison, that would be a quarantine. Oh, she said I noticed the stash.
Oh, yes. Yep. There it is. It's happening.
I bet the Dean boys would appreciate this stash. I can almost guarantee it.
Has Jess ever had a stash? I cannot picture Uncle Jess with a stash. I can't.
Yeah. Who out there listening enjoys the stash? I mean, whether you're Instagramming or your audio, I mean, just the stash alone,
It's so 80s, though.
It is. It's very 80s.
Like a stash. He originally came out with the handlebar way down, and I liked that. And then he went out and shaved it off. Well, and I was like, no, you should have kept that.
I wanted to do it a little bit shorter, but I went too short on it, which it still is fine, but in any case, there it is.
It's here. It's here to stay.
I'm excited about getting some mayonnaise and maybe a little bit of coffee stuck in it one morning. Maybe some milk, like a milk stash.
No, Beard to the Max says that you need a beard to fill it in.
It
sounds like he might know what he's talking about.
Beard to the Max is totally. I think I might know who that is. I'm not positive, but possibly. But yeah, I've had a beard going on before. It's a little itchy. I'll tell you what, it feels really good to have a nice clean face, like nice and shaved.
Yeah, I don't know what that's like.
It feels really, really good.
I mean, to not have.
Oh, it's Riddle.
That would be so. Oh, okay,
it's Riddle.
Yes,
I didn't know that. I thought it was a different guy. This dude Brian from out of state. But Riddle, what's up, man? Dude, I miss you, bro. Yes, Riddle has the gnarliest beard I've ever seen. I think in person, at least top 3 for sure. Mm-hmm. Hey, I know you probably get a little mayo, maybe a little coffee stuck in that thing too. Huh?
That's disgusting.
Now, do you save it for later, or okay, you're the spouse, right? Let's say I get mayo or some mustard, maybe some barbecue sauce, something meaty, man. Just going for it, right in for a big bite of that delicious steak sandwich, and you just got it mowed all over the top lip, and maybe there's a little drip coming down the beard. Do you tell your spouse, excuse me, hey, savage beast right there, can you wipe your face?
Yeah.
Or do you just let it ride and continue the conversation with a little bit of food kind of piling out the side? What do you think? Woman's opinion.
Do you know me? Second of all, I would not let that ride. I would absolutely be like, okay, gross. You absolutely have a big chunk of barbecue sauce in your beard right now, first of all. Second of all, you need to shave that. I can't handle that one more time.
I would just enjoy to let it ride and just act like it doesn't exist. Kind of like, just act like it's not there.
Do I have something in my beard?
Riddle said, don't eat chicken wings or ribs. Yeah, I would imagine ribs would be
And then it probably like smells.
Well, that's why you got to use a beard wax or a beard cream. Who uses beard wax or beard cream? I've tried. I like Duke Cannon products. I would love to have Duke Cannon as a sponsor, actually. That'd be amazing. But Duke Cannon products, they got the big ass bar of soap, it's called, and you've seen those in the shower. That the big
that just sit
so
on
good.
the shower, not in a dish,
Who
so that
needs
it
a
just
dish?
like gets the shower all.
Yeah, that's how
Soap.
What man needs a dish
Who
for
uses
his
bar
soap?
soap anymore? That's what I want to know.
Manly men with
Who
mustaches.
uses bar soap? You do, Lisa?
Yes, Auntie Lisa's awesome. That's
A little
bars.
Dove
That's what I'm
bar
talking
for ya?
about. Yes, so you know what's up. But see, I had this conversation with somebody a long time ago on the podcast. I can't remember who it was, but that was my question for him. Oh, you know what? I think it was Marv from One Rep at a Time. Awesome dude. I think the question I asked him was, do you use bar soap or a loofah? And I wanted to know what was the, what's your preference? Now I've used both, but I tell you what, there's nothing like a good big ass bar of soap that makes you just feel clean and it smell good. And it's very classic, very old fashioned.
It's not clean in the shower though. Then you put it down and then it just sits in its funk. And then you can't keep the shower clean. Like the dish soap, the squirty soap, body wash, and the.
I'm just gonna go get my body wash. It's so,
Instagram Live. What do you say? What say you?
And the stash wax, yes, too, and the beard wax. I don't. That's where I was going with the Duke Cannon products. Actually, I had the beard wax that I used, and I really like that. You can actually comb it. You can kind of comb it down. You can get a little bit of. You can get some volume in there. Get a little bit of volume in that beard.
In the meantime, women are waxing their upper lip to get rid of stashes and whatnot.
What does that feel like? What does waxing your upper lip feel like?
Burn. You feel the burn. Burn. After a while, you get used to it.
Should we just turn my live off? Because there's not anybody on there.
Yes, there is. You have a ton of people.
No.
What are you talking about? They're all right here.
Oh, okay. I just didn't want to waste the deal. I can look over here.
Okay. What's next?
Mustaches? Mustache. Yeah, we were talking about the mustache. But, we can. Okay, so let's discuss this here. Let's get some takes from some different folks. We got a quick story. So last night, we headed over to Baskin Robbins at about 6 p.m. and I asked, so are we going to get some dinner beforehand or what are we going to do? We're going to grab, something to eat and then we'll go to, no. We're just going to go straight and get some ice cream. We had a really cool event we went to actually where our church met over at Kaiser in Vacaville and it was awesome. The whole parking lot was full. Our pastor and the team there hooked up FM radio thing so we could listen to it in the cars, and we prayed and sung a song. Pastor Dave sung a song. It was really cool. But so that was one thing. But before that, before we went there, we stopped at Baskin Robbins. Okay, no, we're not doing dinner, whatever. So we got some ice cream. We figured we'll get some dinner afterwards. Nobody was hungry. I was a little hungry, whatever, but got a milkshake instead. Easy, right? We get there. Afterwards, we take off, we head back home, and then we get to, are you talking to me?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm just.
We get back home, and, the kids get their jammies on, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's get something to eat because I'm pretty hungry. What do you guys want? Oh, I don't know what we want. I don't want it. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't know. So finally, I said, okay, I'm going to In-N-Out. So I went to, and then before I left, I asked everybody though, right? Who wants something from In-N-Out Burger? Number one, I don't know who in their right mind would not want something from In-N-Out Burger. But apparently a couple of people did. And those couple of people were the children. Lucy, would you like anything from In-N-Out? No, Dad, I'm good right now. I'm going to bed. Okay. Cash, how about you? I don't like In-N-Out. Asked me again. I don't know who doesn't like In-N-Out. Didn't like it. So I run to In-N-Out. I get Jess and I some dinner. Cash was going to eat something here. He's a cup of noodle and top ramen connoisseur, one of his favorites. I get back home and I walk through the door, and what happened, Jess? Take it away.
They smelled the. Hang on, there was something wrong with the live.
Oh, okay.
They smelled the In-N-Out, and they were like, Lucy's like, "Can I just steal some fries?" And then Cash didn't really say anything. He doesn't like In-N-Out, but he was like, "Can I just?" And she's like, "Can I steal some fries?" And then I was like, "Did you get them In-N-Out?" And he's like, "What? No, I specifically asked."
I did. I specifically asked.
And it was true. He did. But I'm like, you can't. This is what I told him. You can't bring In-N-Out home, okay, and not have. And even if the kids say no, you're gonna bring it home. They're gonna smell it. They're gonna want it. Always get the cheeseburger. Always get an extra fry. Period. End of story.
But how many times do I get the extra fry, the extra cheeseburger, or I just buy them food, period, and they don't eat it every time, almost every time. So my thought process, which I believe is would make a lot of sense. They specifically said, no, I don't want anything. And yeah. Oh, someone just said too, your live is jacked up.
Yeah, I know. I just fixed it.
Oh, you just fixed it. Okay.
Hi,
oh, there
welcome
we
to the
go.
party.
Oh, I'm a little bit late to the party. Is that Eric that just joined in? What's up, Eric and Matt?
Do you want me to move yours over here? I think mine.
What's up, guys?
Because mine is like. Hang on.
What did Matt just say about the?
Damn, Shane, your mustache looks like a cop mustache. Yeah, well, you missed the mustache combo.
Dang
it was real.
All right.
I think you're okay.
In any case, I had a point to that story, and I lost it somewhere along the way with the two phones. See, this the live stuff just it makes it a little rough. Makes it a little rough doing two phones, and
I know, but we're doing the best we can.
That's right.
For the people.
I thought this was just.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. Keep going. Do your thing that you do so well.
So anyways, okay, so let me finish the In-N-Out story. So, because the mustache comes in again. What? Oh, nothing. So
In-N-Out.
After that, I threw my baby fit and went to the room.
He did, without eating.
I ended up eating. I tried to, what?
You ended up eating why?
Because you brought me food.
Yeah, exactly. Because I brought it to you.
Thank you, babe.
Love you, Dad.
When I got back, or wait, what was it? Yeah, I got back. Lucy did something, and I tried to regulate on her and like get bold and stern with her, and she just started busting up in my face. And I was like, "Why are you laughing at me right now? I'm supposed to be angry." And she goes, "Yeah, Dad, I can't take you serious with that mustache."
She really did.
And I was like,
Started
"Yeah,
cracking
okay,
up.
I get it."
Actually, she's been doing that to us lately. Like, we'll try to
pretty
like
funny.
reprimand her, and she'll like start laughing at us, and we're like, "Okay." I don't know what it is. It's kind of nice because then it just breaks it up, and you're like, oh, "Okay, yeah, let's not like get too cray up in here." But like, I'm like, "Oh God, I think we're getting old, and I think she's really getting older." And I think like we're like those parents now, like that she can like laugh at.
She's pretty funny. She wasn't happy though when we went to the beach the other day and that shit was closed. I can tell you that. So we tried to drive out to
That was sad.
Bodega Bay on what day was that? Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know. What does it matter?
Why can't I even get up in here?
Are we live right now? Are we live? Who's live on the gram? I'm live on the gram. I'm ruining this podcast because I just don't care.
Oh my
Okay, so we went to the beach.
Shelter in place.
We go to Bodega Bay, and we're both like, we're all pretty excited. We knew that the beach was closed, right? Which makes no sense to me personally, but my own opinion. I'm sure there's somebody who can argue it, no doubt. Not what we're here for, though. We went out just to get out of the house, right? Going stir crazy, like so many of us are just, we're out of our thing right now. It's been a few weeks, trying to get some normalcy back in the day-to-day stuff. I had a few days off of work. Let's drive out to the beach. Lucy likes, anyone like Amy's frozen meals, by the way? Amy's Organics. Lucy loves the enchiladas. They're really good. We found out in Roanoke Park that they have an Amy's drive-through, like a fast food, right? So we're like, okay, cool. We'll go out there. We'll go through Amy's. We'll get some grub, and then we'll go out to the beach. So we go out to the beach. After we do that, had a good time. And like all along the road in Bodega is coned off. Like you can't even literally park on the side of the road or
and look over the cliff at the ocean
or in any of the parking lots. Like they had it all coned off, like all the way down. And I knew that the beach part was closed, which fine, but like you can't even pull off and like stop and like look at the beach. You know what I mean? Like step off. And so that was a little rough. Step off! Step out! Oh shit.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Get your life together. Step off.
What was that? That was from School of Rock, right?
Yeah.
One of the best movies ever. But anyways, Lucy was pretty sad. And and you were pretty sad too. You had a little bit of a breakdown.
Yeah, it was like a weird moment of like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So we can't even go to the beach.
Yeah.
And like walk around in free air. Like it was a shocker. We did it to get out and like clear our minds and get out. And it actually made me feel a little bit more closed in.
You had a little bit of a breakdown on the way home.
Yeah. The worship music playing. I was like, I read the whole the Bible.
I'm not making fun of you. I love you. I'm here for you.
I read the story of Jesus on the cross.
It was great. I actually really enjoyed
that. Actually really was a moment.
That was nice.
I just was like...
It pissed me off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think what really bothered me and hurt me was the kids. Yeah. And then, this was heartbreak. Like, then Cash was like, the whole way there, I just want to climb. I just want to climb on something. Like, who, like, what? Okay, yeah. That's like a request. And I'm like, oh, that's happening, right? Like, we can find something for you to climb on. And I'm thinking, like, oh, there's a bunch of rocks at the beach, like, whatever. And then we find out we can't do the thing, whatever. We get back in the car, we're driving home. And the kids were just kind of quiet. And I think everybody was just kind of having their own moment of just like, yikes, like this is happening, And little buddy was like, I just wanted to climb on something. And I think that's when my heart broke, where I was like, he did just want to climb. Just let the 5-year-old climb. And it was just sad. And it was a bummer. And it was reality all of a sudden. And it sucked.
Well, it did suck. And then, so to make it worse, the next day, he's been wanting to go to the skate park for a week now. And I keep telling him, hey, look, Dad's got a couple of days off. I promise one of those days we'll go. So that day was the following day. I'm like, all right, let's go over to the skate park, get our boards, got his bike. And we head over there and we pull in. And I already kind of had told him, like, dude, it might be closed. Like, I kind of heard that someone, or I heard someone say that it was closed. So I don't know, but we'll see. So we get over there and we pull in the parking lot and there's kids skating in there. So he gets all excited. Like, he is pumped up. Like, yeah, all right, Dad. Like, he's so excited. And as I pull around and park, and I'm like, I start to get ready to get out. I notice that the gate is locked, and the kids who are in there, they probably hopped the fence. And so I'm like, oh, and it's a big fence. Like, I could climb it, but I'm definitely not going to I'm not going to climb it with Cash. And so I had to tell him, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, bud. It's locked. It looks like it's closed for today. And he said, well, what about those kids in there? And I was like, well, they probably hopped the fence. And he's like, let's hop the fence, Dad. Come on, let's hop. And I admire the heck out of that because I was like, yeah, I wanted to hop the fence too. But it was, like I said, I don't want him to get hurt. It's probably not the best example to set. I don't know. That's debatable at this point, to be honest. But anyways, so we leave and he's crying at this point. Like I get out and he's like, and I'm not saying like spoiled brat crying, like I want to go to the skate park. No, like this is genuine. Like this is bullshit. Like I want to skate right now. Why is this place closed? And I'm so sad. And so so we leave for a minute and guess where we go? I drive down the street and pull into the Ace parking lot. Because my mind's going, I'm buying some bolt cutters and I'm about to go back and cut the lock off and be Dad the hero with a mustache.
Yeah, in jail.
And we're going to skate or die, bro.
On the news.
Hey, we're doing it for the cause. We're doing it for the cause.
You need to just know. That's not a good example.
Anyways, that just goes to show you how first thought wrong,
have to tell you that.
Second thought wrong. Mark Lundholm learned that in rehab, in the old rehab. And, so anyways, we didn't do that. I sat there for a few minutes and just was like pissed off and sad for my buddy. And I said, let's go back over there and just see. He wanted to go see again too. I did too. So we go back over there and we pull in. It's still locked. The two kids are skating there. We get out to see if there's any way we can climb under the fence. There's not.
Oh my God. Cool. Breaking and entering.
You know, this is a special time right now. And, you know,
and so what happened?
So as we're getting back in the car, one of our Vacaville police officers is driving by and he gets on his loudspeaker to the kids in there and he goes, hey, I don't know how you got in there, but the skate park's closed, so get out. And I kind of laughed or whatever and Cash is just shaking his head. He can't believe it.
And wow, can I just really quick interrupt and say if you would have got the cutters and went back there and did that and up drives the freaking police officer.
It would have been a hero.
Oh my gosh. That was
epic.
Totally a moment that did not need to happen.
You know, but I'm still, so now I've been watching videos on how to pick locks. So I'm just going to pick it, I think, it's just a master lock.
Watching videos how to pick a lock.
Skill Set Magazine. Check it out. It's one of my favorites on
Please
Instagram.
Don't.
At Skill Set
Oh, yeah.
Magazine.
Cash picked that up the other day in the bathroom and saw something about learning how to pistol whip. He opened it up and goes, Mom, look at this. And it was a cartoon animation of how to pistol whip someone. And I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, I don't know what that is, buddy. He's like, this is Dad's magazine. I'm like, yeah, I don't know why he has that. It's probably just, probably for protection or something.
That's a great magazine. You could learn a lot of good things that you're going to need to, that's real life skills, Real life skills. You never know.
Pistol whip. You never know when you have to pistol whip someone.
So needless to say, we ended up over at Vaca High, which was still fun.
Which is a high school across the street.
Yeah, there's a huge parking lot. So we went and skated over there and we had a good time and stuff too. But I just don't understand the fact of like I can go to Costco and run through the store there and get all the stuff. But I can't go to the skate park and with my son and skate a little bit. And like, that just makes absolutely no sense to me. But in any case, a lot of this stuff doesn't
I know
make
another
sense.
one that was kind of crazy to me was when a friend of ours went to take his boat out to fish on Berryessa and we weren't allowed to do that. And I'm like, you can't even get within 6 feet of someone on the lake. So like, what's that all about?
There's a lot of stuff that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
But what do you do?
And the thing that messes me up too, and I guess this is a good time to talk a little bit about recovery since we haven't touched much on that, but is I get stuck trying to figure things out a lot of the time, no matter what it is. And that can really get me caught up in my own head. Like, what about this? What about that? What about this? I think it's healthy to an extent for me to like, I want to know stuff. There's certain things I want to be informed. I want to stay like in the loop if I can. I don't want to bury my head in the sand about stuff. But at the same time too, I can start going down trails that have a never-ending path or a never-ending, I don't even know what the word is. I'm not going to say it. Actually, I do. But in any case, trying to figure things out and trying to say, well, what if this and what if that? It's like that future tripping and, why is the skate park closed? This is bullshit. Like, and trust me, I I don't disagree with that, what I just said. I do think it's bullshit. But at the same time, trying to figure it out and trying to do all that, it really doesn't put me in a good space, like spiritually or mentally at that. I start getting angry. I start not being the Shane that I want to be, I guess. You know what I mean?
The girls and I were talking about that tonight in our group, and we were talking about just the spirit of discernment, right? And like when you're not supposed to be, watching this thing, like that it's going to bring on some anxiety, or watching the news, so much news is going to bring on this anxiety, like for example right now, this time, and or reading something where you're like, it's going to trigger something. And just kind of having that discerning spirit that just kind of says like, don't stop right there. Don't do it, whatever. Yeah. And I think that that's the same thing. Like just having that feeling, like you can research and know, and, get further in or whatever, but you have to know kind of when to say when it's too much. Cause I've done that too. When you get down in the hole and you're like, and you just click on the next thing and you're like, I shouldn't have done that, and you can't unsee things or unread things or whatever. And I think it just has a lot to do with really like knowing when to say when.
I think the one thing that I've realized is there's endless amounts of information out there. What's up to Jeremy, by the way, too? I just saw Jeremy logged in. What up, my man? And yes, the backpacking trip. I don't know. Hopefully in the summertime, if they don't close the parks.
You're allowed.
There's no way. That's impossible. You can't close where we go. So yeah, like July, August time.
You're not closing where we go because we go off the grid.
I don't know, but what was I saying again? I forgot.
Discernment. I don't know.
Must not been that important.
Backpacking.
Yeah, but I was saying something before that. But
discerning spirit, not doing the thing you really want to do, but knowing when to say when, because it's not going to lead you down a very good path. Like cutting off the chain to a skate
It's not even a chain. It's a master lock. It's a tiny little lock. I'm going to pick it.
It's a tiny little
lock. We're going to skate or die on Easter Sunday.
It says, don't come in.
Dude, Jesus is going to resurrect on a Santa Cruz board in the skate park with me on Sunday and just shred around, and it'll be radical. That would be awesome.
Shred around with his hair. He looks like a skater. He could be.
That's how I remember when we did, what's it called? Sozo?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to picture your Jesus, like what he looks like you're sitting talking to him, and like my Jesus kind of looked like the dude from The Big Lebowski and kind of like my homie Scotty, like a mix of the two.
That's great.
And like he just sat on the lawn chair back with me, and he was like kicked back like this, and he's like, "So Shane,
he's like,
how
bro,
are you, bro?
Just love everyone,
Just love everybody. I'm Jesus." I'm like, yes.
I just want everyone to
That's why I love you.
Get along.
That's right.
With my long hair and
so
just chill.
Flip flops.
He's such a skater guy.
Just nice t-shirt.
Why do I seem to be getting further away from you? Like we can't get close enough.
What else is going on, dude? Anything else we want to discuss on tonight's?
Well, here's another. Okay,
live on the gram.
Well,
and
okay.
Getting weird with Scotty. That's right.
I just, right now I just realized that I think it's maybe dangerous to let you and Cash go off together.
Really?
Because
why?
I'm just realizing, okay, so skate park situation, okay, pistol whipping, okay, and then they went on a hike up a hill, like a local hill here, almost literally got attacked by a rattlesnake.
We didn't get attacked. I stepped on it.
Could have gotten attacked. You stepped on a rattlesnake in which Cash was climbing the rock above the rattlesnake and was falling. Dad, help me. Slipping down the thing into the snake's den.
Yeah.
Like, what?
That was a little crazy.
How about a little caution?
Hey, I just seen my buddy Matt McCarthy just drop. He was on the podcast when I was down in LA at the Improv. What's up, Matt? That's cool. He's awesome. Check this story out real quick. So we go hiking up. I don't even call it hiking. I guess it's hiking, right? On Rocky Hill Road where all the rocks are out there. Big rocks and like lots of cow shit.
Rocky Hill
if you wanted to
Road,
go,
where all the rocks are.
hey, like we went up to Rocky Hill and there was like hella rocks there and it was rocky and there was cows, but you could cow tip there and it would be amazing. Like it'd be that spot, right? Cool stuff, little trail. You go back, hike over or hop over some gates and you can go up this hill. And so when you get up to the top, there's this big tower up there. And so me and Cash like do the hike thing. He wants to climb rocks on the way up. We get up to the top and he wants to kind of go down in this brush area and climb on some of the rocks. And I told him, I said, look, dude, like we can do that, but you're in snake territory up here. So we have to watch out like where we're walking, where we step, like make sure you're looking, okay, Dad, okay, I got it. I said, all right. So we go down in there and we're kind of climbing around and I'm already kind of on alert, but just like, okay, we're fine. Like it had rained, I think the day before. So it's kind of wet. And, so he's like, looks at this rock and it's not like a straight up rock, but it's got a mean angle on it. And I don't want him to climb it. And he's like, I'm going to climb this one. I'm like, yeah, bud, probably not a good idea. I can already foresee you getting stuck or something. Like don't climb on that one. I turn around for 2 seconds and I turn back around and he's halfway up the rock already. And I'm like, oh,
He has
shit.
not been listening lately.
Yeah, he's halfway up it. And so I'm like, okay. And he's like, he's squeezing on the rock. And he's like, Dad, I'm stuck. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay. So I go over and I'm like, okay, I'll kind of climb behind you, bud, and I'll help you down. Well, as I go at the base of the rock, there's like a big pile of brush and there's kind of an overhang on the bottom of the rock. And right as I step at the base of it to start to put my hands on the rock, all of a sudden I hear what I think at the time is like a spray can. And I'm like, my first initial thought was like, oh my God, I stepped on like a WD-40 can or something, right? And then as soon as it clicked, it was like, it literally took a second. And then I heard it just like going and I'm like, oh shit. And I jumped back because I realized that it's either a huge snake or a couple, who knows what it was.
Oh my God.
I jumped back and then Cash hears me say, oh shit, a snake, right? And so he starts crying because he's stuck in the middle of the rock.
I wasn't even there to save
him. He can't get to the top of the rock, but he also, if he lets go, he's going to fall right down into where the snake is, like into the bottom there too, because it's right below him.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, hang tight, buddy. He's like gripping on and I jump around and do some Superman dad shit. Yeah. I didn't have my mustache at the time. That probably would have helped me do it a little bit faster had I. But I didn't. But I jump over and I swing over on the rock. I grab his hand and I pull him up and I'm like, wow, that just happened.
Dude.
And we jump off and he like, he's still kind of crying because he's scared. And I'm like, oh, wow, dude, that was kind of crazy. And we hiked down and I'm like, yeah, now you got a story though, buddy. And he's like,
was he scared
Dad.
of socks?
Yeah, of snakes.
Was he scared of snakes on the way down?
He was a little bit scared of snakes on the way down. Like he was kind of asking and stuff, but he was like also like juiced up. Whoa, that just happened. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I saved you. He's all, God saved us, Dad. Like, thanks.
Tara, I mean,
yeah, it was crazy.
So much anxiety, right? Just listening to the story.
Dude, it was crazy.
Like
but
they came home and the first thing he walks in the door and because now he's like over it, but he thinks he's all cool. So he like walks in, he's like, oh, wow, that was really a crazy trip that we just had. You guys just don't even know what just happened to us. And
well, here was the coolest thing though.
He was pretty funny.
We did the TFH men's podcast that night that happened. And I was telling Pastor Tim about it and he was kind of looking, he was laughing and stuff. And I already knew kind of what he was thinking. Pastor Tim is like a master storyteller and he takes these stories and he always like tells a great story and then he has like the most epic like lesson to be learned in it, right? And so I'm telling him and as I get to the end of it, I'm like, oh man, he's probably got some great thing. And sure enough, like he kind of did. And kind of what he said, and I was like, wow, that's awesome, is like along the way, Cash is gonna have those snakes in his life. Not necessarily snake as being a person, but it could be a person, place, or thing. Something's gonna crop up. You know what I mean, in his life. And I just hope that he's able to use that analogy later on in life. Like, oh, that's a snake. I better look out. You know what I mean? I better watch where I'm stepping. I better not go up here, whatever, you know what I mean? Just be able to recognize it. And it is a good analogy for that too, though. So, I mean, and that's kind of what I told him afterwards, not necessarily that, because I didn't think of that myself at the time, but I just told him that one day you're going to look back on this and you're going to remember this. He'll never forget that time when that happened, and it'll mean something to him in some way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was interesting. Or
he's going to hope that his Spider-Man dad will come and save him.
That's right. And he better have a better mustache next time, because otherwise he's too slow.
Yeah, so that was pretty insanity when they came home and told me. Like, at first he's like, oh, a snake, blah, blah, blah. And I thought maybe it was on the trail. And, oh, gosh, that's scary. And then they started telling me, I was like, wait, what? Yeah. What do you mean? He was on the rock? Under him was a snake den? Cool. Wow. What?
Yeah,
so I was very glad that they were home safe came home safe that day.
It was just insane, man. In any case, I'm pretty tired. How about you?
Yeah, it's past my bedtime.
Hey, stay tuned, by the way, too, at the end of this podcast for a beatbox session really quick by Cash, because I'm going to put it in at the end. We recorded it earlier, and it's pretty cool. He's such a good little dude. He
loves to... How about the talk he had with us last night? That was insane. Oh, my gosh. This kid is like beyond
He's like a 47-year-old man.
Yeah, he was like giving us like body. Wisdom and whatever. We're looking at him like, what? Kids are crazy.
Well, I just want to tell you I appreciate all you do schooling our kids right now. I do. For all you moms out there who are homeschooling your kids, and, you know, whether you're working or homeschooling or whatever, you guys, or just, you know, doing stuff around the house, keeping it all together, because us crazy dudes are off the hook sometimes. Like, you guys rock and you're awesome. And I know it's not easy. You know what I mean?
No, it's not
easy. I don't know how you do it. I go crazy after like a half a day.
We're a special breed. Women.
You are. That's
you guys can't.
Damn sure.
It's like we're wired to do the things, and really there are a lot of things that we do that men just aren't capable of doing.
That is
most
correct.
Of the time.
That is correct. Good stuff. Well, I hope you guys got something out of this crazy podcast tonight. It was fun. Always love doing podcasting with you. Anything you want to add before we bounce out of this place?
No, I just, everybody stay sane out there.
Stay safe, stay sane, lighten up a little bit. It is what it is. And we're all just doing the best we can. So rule 62, don't take yourself so damn serious. One of my favorites. And if you ever feel lost, look at your feet, because God's got you right where you're supposed to be. Always love that one. Thanks, Jess. Appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in. You can go to thatsoberguy.com. More information, resources. Check out the new hoodies and hats on there.
Someone likes your hat that you're wearing right now.
Oh, yeah. America. Yeah, love you guys. Peace, love, and respect. Keep your blood clean. Thanks, Wong. Love you, buddy. I don't know how to end that. Instagram @RealThatSoberGuy. Hit it, Cash.
Are you recording, by the way?
Yeah, go.
Okay. My name is Cash, and I'm playing in the grass, and I'm running around like Flash.
My name is Shane, and I'm insane. I'm low to the brain, and I'm riding up the game. Oh, to the pro. What you know? Cash, your boy on the beatbox. What you know? Bust a flow. That Sober Guy podcast, toe to toe. Hit it, Cash. Yeah. You're my best buddy. I love you.
You're my best buddy. I love you. I hope all you guys have a good night, and sweet dreams, everybody. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Goodbye.